Where's a camera lens? Oh. Oh dear me. So I've got to check off about get to focus. About a millimeter, maybe less. Right, so Okay, it's getting a bit too hot to handle, so it will melt the plastic if I leave it any longer. So I'll finish it off later, but it's a lot better. I've got it down to size now. Don't know if you can see. But there's nothing sticking out now that I can tell. I can't get the focus right, so it's better. Can't really see much sticking out. Yeah, it's a lot better. It's getting a bit too hot, and I can dip it in water, but the trouble with that is you can get water trapped in the between the metal, and it can start rusting. And well, I don't want to use water. I just want to let it cool naturally. But the main thing is it's the right width now, because this plastic was exactly the right width to what I wanted. So as long as this metal's flush with the bottom and flush with the top, it's the right width. And yeah, I've got to obviously trim these edges a bit, because there'll be a little bit of fold over. Some of the metal just falls over. So what I usually do then is I get my file. It's quite hot, this actually, and I just run the file down the edge backwards. Oops, down this groove. I made a groove on the file before, and just run the file up and down like this to get that burr off. I'm not worried about taking plastic out, because this is just a jig. Once I finish with it, it's scrap. Oh, not my phone. Ouch. A minute. I'm going to knock the phone off the stand. Right. Okay. So that's because I knocked the pliers. And it's pretty hot. It's weird, this material. The heat travels through, and it takes quite a long time for the heat to travel all the way through to the other side, actually. Very interesting material. So the next job will be to split this into two, to do the same with these on the other one, where it's the metal's in the embedded inside. I'll put the ferrite ring on the top there to couple it magnetically. Yeah, so yeah, this is pretty hot actually. Let's see if I can tell you how hot it is. Get my temperature thingy. It's not that bad. It's about 40 Celsius. 40, 50, 51. Yeah. It's about as hot as a cup of coffee. If I get too hot, I mean, if I was to get above, if I was to get up to like 100 degrees Celsius, is it Celsius? Or is it? Yeah, Celsius. If I was to get too hot, the plastic would start to soften, and it would start to lose shape, form, and it would no longer clamp the material, keep the material nicely packed, and it would start to flare out even more, which is why I stopped. But I think I've got it. I think that's good enough actually. It actually feels a lot hotter when I touch it with my fingers. It feels like it's burning me. Well, when you touch a hot cup of coffee, it feels like that. It actually feels too hot to bear actually. So, but it feels a damn sight hotter than what it's telling me. It might be because of the surface area. The sensor on this thing is over an inch. I think it's over an inch area, and that's not quite an inch. Let's try the bottom bit. See if I can get a better area on it. Well, it's weird, it's actually hotter where the part I was working on. Well, it's weird how the heat doesn't seem to travel through this material very well. Let's try the other side. Oh, it's actually hot on the other side now. It's almost 60 then. It's weird that. The other side is almost 60 Celsius. Look at that. This is the other side. Turn it around. And on this side it's it's 40 Celsius. That's just goes to show you the thermal characteristics of this metal is weird. Now I was grinding this side. I was grinding this side and not this side, but this side's hotter because it's taking a while for the heat to get through. It's 58 on that side. We're near enough 60. When I was grinding it, it felt a damn sight hotter than that because all the heat was on one end. Some of the heats had a chance to dissipate through the material onto the other side now. But yeah, I'm just going to leave that now, let it cool. And then I'm ready to start. I can punch out this spacing block. I can probably push it out a bit now actually, yeah. It's not too tight. I can push that. I think I'll push it back in for now. When I'm ready, I'm just going to put my hacksaw down this slot and cut that off. Yeah, it's quite sharp actually. I need to get some. What I'll do is I'll probably just finish it off on a bit of sandpaper, emery paper. I'm just gonna lay it on this flat table and finish it off on there, because it looks uneven on there, but it's not really. It's just the direction of the grindstone. It's put these little lines in it depending on the direction of the stone. It's just, but it's pretty close. It's near enough. So what I'll do is where's my emery paper gone? It's somewhere around. I don't know where I put it. Covered in dust. I've got this bit of emery paper. I'll take the phone off here. Battery's at 88%. Oh, that's not bad, considering I haven't been filming very long. This is new battery as well. So what I was going to do is put my clamp on here, like hold this emery paper in place, and then I'm just gonna do this to finish it off. Oh, my table's wobbly as hell. It's because I'm not resting against anything. Put my leg on it. This table wants tightening up. Yeah, that's not bad, that's good. Doesn't have to be perfectly flat, as just as long as it'll go inside the plastic 3D printed plastic holders that I've made for it. Obviously once it's cut into two, one will go in there and the other half will go in there. So there'll be new corners and the cores that go in the secondary stages as well, so it's all in one piece now. Yeah, my tables, the screws won't tighten up underneath. It's got terrible. I need some coarser emery paper really. This material's kind of gone dull. Yeah, so there we have it. I don't know where my cotton wool went. I was going to clean it, but that'll be alright. It's just looks all dull now because of the dirt up there. It's got muck on it. Yeah, that's going to work. It's going to be fine. pretty heavy this, you know, this bit of steel. This nanocrystalline core material, I should say. Alright, let's weigh it so you can get a rough idea of, I mean, you can pretty much ignore the plastic. Actually, let's weigh the old plastic so you can see it, to subtract that weight. I've got another one here which was actually pretty close. This jig, I didn't use this one because it was the wrong width, but it's still, you can subtract this weight. So that piece of plastic is 26 grams. So subtract 26 grams from this, we should have the right weight. And so it's 231.4 grams of steel minus the 26. You'll get a rough idea of how much metal there is there. Nanocrystalline, I should say. Yeah. So you can do the math yourself. I'm not going to bother. I haven't got my calculator to hand. I'm terrible at adding, subtracting and everything else. There is a bit of plastic core material in the middle of there, but that, trust me, that doesn't weigh much. We're talking about probably 2 grams for that. So it's not going to make much of a difference. I mean, this nanocrystalline stuff, I mean, you only need a tiny amount of just this. This is a piece of it. This is a bit I cut off. Just put that on there. Oh my god, look at that. It doesn't even weigh anything. That's unbelievable. It's pretty light stuff, isn't it? Oh my god. God, this freaking stuff's light as anything. Oh, mind, it does say on the specs on this stuff that it's an iron and alloy, which means it's a mixture of steel or iron and alloy, which is an aluminium type material. So it's not all pure steel. So it's pretty light stuff. I'm surprised actually. Let's get a bit of ordinary nickel. This is a bit of ordinary nickel steel. Let's weigh that. Oh my god, that weighs 1.1 grams. It goes to show the difference. Mind you, there's a bit more of it out of this, I think. I don't know if I've got a smaller piece of it. I'm looking down here to see if I've got a smaller piece stuck to my magnet somewhere, but oh yes, here we go. Here's a tiny little bit. Tiny little bit, let's weigh that. That weighs 0.2 grams for that. Compare that with, this is about the same size. So this is the nanocrystalline material. Let's put them side by side a minute. Right, so there's the nickel steel. There's the nanocrystalline. So that weighs 0.2 grams. Put this on. Ah, it actually went up 0.2. So that's, oh, it must be about the same then. Weird. Let's take the other one off. Oh, it's gone to naught. I don't believe it. That's weird. That's weird. Oh, does my thing want zero in? Let me take it off. Let me just re-zero my. Right, I've re-zeroed that. Put it on again. Nope. Oh yeah, 0.2. So that is 0.2 grams. And this one, if I put this nickel on, it should be 0.4. Yeah. All right. Alright, okay, we sorted that out. I was a bit baffled about that. So anyway, I've got this turn my thing off. I've got this dust off the grindstone up my nose now. I need to go and blow my nose. I hate it when I do grinding. I don't like doing grinding. Anyway, that's it. Just thought I'd film that since I haven't filmed any of it before, really. Yeah. Bye for now.